My name is Chidi. I wanted to give you all some insight into me as a person, why I created this channel, how this channel could help you. So this is just story time with me, just a little bit more about me as a person. And so if you're interested, if you newly subscribed, if you want to know more about me, here's how you would find it. So let's get started. So this is always really hard for me to talk just about myself. I'm not one of those people who wants all the attention in the room. I'm definitely not that. So I'm what people would call an ambivert, which is somebody who, doesn't really get energy from people, really gets energy from introversion, but comes across as an extrovert. So I could come across as an extrovert, but I'm not. I spend a lot of time at home. I live in the East Coast and of the United States. And so a lot of times when I'm talking about things, I am talking about the East Coast of the United States. But I was a Southern girl. I was raised a Southern girl. So I was raised in the South of the United States. So sometimes when I get into talking, you might hear like my Southern twang, but that's where that comes from. A lot of people don't actually know um, where my accent comes from, but it's a mixture of a bunch of different places. By heritage, I am Nigerian. My parents are Nigerian, so that's what I identify with culturally. But I was raised in America, so I call myself Nigerian American. And I love being Nigerian, love being Black girl. And so, why I made this channel? I made this channel because, you know, I used to hear a lot of my friends, a lot of people always say like they want a soft life. And every time they would talk about it, they would talk about the soft life in relation to a man. And don't get me wrong, like, whatever you prescribe to man or woman doesn't really matter to me, but they would always relate it to a man or getting into a relationship, and that person can provide me with this soft life. And I never agreed with that ever. And I would get into these back and forths with people, and I'd be like, the soft life, you create the soft life for yourself. Like forget the soft life you get from a man. You create it from you. Like you develop that soft life for yourself because that's the soft life that nobody can take away from you. And all my friends always used to talk about like my self-care regimens and like things I would do for myself and how I had no problem taking myself on a date or no problem with going on a trip on my own. And I didn't realize that this was something that people had like huge challenges with because I had just been doing it naturally for so long. Whether I was in a relationship or not, I was always doing things for myself. And I 100% believe that even in a relationship, you should be taking yourself places. You should be doing those types of things for you. And so that is why I made this channel because I wanted women to feel confident enough to do those types of things for themselves and not to wait for a man to give them the house of their dreams or the car of their dreams or the life of their dreams because you don't have to wait for anyone to do that for you. I could say that I've acquired all of those things without having a man actually put those things in my life. And so I wanted to give all of the ladies or men out there, doesn't even matter, women, female, doesn't even matter, like if you waiting for somebody to give you that life, you can give you yourself that life on your own. And this is just giving you the tips and tricks that I have used in order to do that for yourself. And they have worked and they have afforded me a pretty good lifestyle that I'm proud of. And so that's the first thing. So I call myself your soft life strategist. Just think of me as your best friend who's giving you all the tips and tricks about how to navigate life in a softer way. That's not just about money, but that's also about your mental health. For years, I struggled with being anxious, preoccupied. And if you don't know what that is, it's a type of attachment style that has to do with how you interact with people in relationships. And I really struggled with it. And it was a problem in a lot of my relationships. And I've healed from that. So it's also me giving advice to people about how to deal with anxiety, how to deal with anxious preoccupied attachment, how you could conquer that, how you could become secure, because I am secure now. But I worked my way to that, and some of the ways that I have gotten there, being able to self-soothe and, being cured from that dependency on regulation from other people. And so we talk about some of that in the channel. Another thing about me is I love the Lord. Okay, I love me some Jesus. Okay, love him, and me and him have a personal relationship. And so whether you're a Christian or not, though, I do think that some of the fundamentals that are in the Bible just could help you live just a better life. And so we talk about that too. Like we talk about Christian ideals. I have some content on the Bible app. If anybody's interested, just look up Chidi Wosu and you should be able to find it. And so, and I also write motivational books. And I write these because there were periods in my life that I needed motivation. And a lot of times I would write these journals, I'd write these things, and God would show me things through metaphors, and it would really help me to stay encouraged. And it's funny because God did this the same way in the Bible. Like he gave people parables, which are just like really metaphors to help you to hold on to a theme. And so, I use that in my books that I write. And so, another reason why I was inspired to do this channel is because I just wanted to teach people how to find that love from within, how to find that love from something other than some outward source, but to find that love within themselves and to help people with their self care, self help. Another thing that I am big on is fitness and health. Okay, and health as a whole person, but also like working out, eating the right things, taking your vitamins. So, those are things that I do want to talk about on this channel because for those of you who don't know, I'm not going to give my age, but I'm older than you think. I am older than you think. So, just to give people some tips and tricks that I've used throughout my life, to just keep you looking good, feeling good, and just beauty from the inside out. Also, I co-own a beauty and healthcare line, which I launched a couple years ago, and it's all based on inward beauty, beauty from the inside out. And so that's also things that I share. All the healthcare that I wear are the beauty products that I wear is from that line. And this channel is not necessarily to sell anything. It's really just to help women to feel more beautiful about themselves. So sometimes you might see me, putting on makeup or something like that because like I went to cosmetology school. I am a licensed makeup artist, so I do love to do those things. And eventually, I might have some tutorials about how to do this look, how to do that look, or things to do with your hair, or things like that. But those are things that I'm interested in. So it's just all things soft, all things girl, all things, passion, purpose, all that is in this channel. So, that's a little bit about me. So, I really hope that this channel helps y'all. And I hope that I'm able to give you all inspiration, motivation, tips and tricks, whatever you get from this channel, I hope is helpful. And so, with that being said, if those are things that you are interested in, please like, comment. Feel free to watch some of the shorts, watch some of the videos, like, comment, tell me what you think. I really wanted to do something a little bit different today just to stop and talk a little bit about myself and why I made this channel. And if that resonates with you, click the bell and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.